When you receive your Jimmy Jammer system and are ready to set it up, here's the way you get that going. First, you get your manipulator. You will mount your cross slide to the arm of the manipulator. If you have the Miller Pipeworx system and you have the remote, remove the handles that comes with the remote and then mount it to the attached bracket on top of the oscillator. The oscillator box you will mount to the cross slide. Take the drum switch, which is in the manipulator arm, move it to the top of the oscillator box. There are pre-drilled holes and screws there to mount it securely. Take all of your control and power cables, route them through the manipulator arm to keep them off the ground to make a neat setup. The quick disconnect torch holder will mount on the front of the oscillator. The adjustable torch holder is designed to set your torch at any angle you want and a quick disconnect setup. If you would like to run 2 torches, order an extra bracket and you can set up 2 torches to run your root pass with one and filling cap with the other if you like.
All right, Dave, before we get started welding the root pass in that pipe, we need to set up the machine, okay? The Pipeworx 400 is a true multi-process machine. So we have stick, TIG, MIG, we have all the wire feed processes. So in order to do that, you pull down the MIG setup panel. We're gonna set the root pass for RMD, okay? So we simply come here, we plug in RMD. Being a synergic machine, it's going to ask you a couple of questions, all right? First of all, what type of wire are we running, okay? So we're running solid carbon wire. It's going to ask you what wire diameter. It's already set for 035, so we're good. And it's going to ask you which gas type you want to run. We're running a 9010 because we want to be able to go straight to pulse and do that fill and cap. So we're going to put this in the C8 to C15 range, okay? So we're good here, we're ready to go. We got 220 inches a minute and the arc length is at 0, okay? Keep in mind, this is not your heat setting. This just simply controls how close that wire burns to the puddle. I just run them at factory settings right at 0. Seems to run really nice there. Rarely ever have to fool with it. And if we wanted to, we could put in program 2 here. We could program 2 for our fill and cap. We can program pulse, carbon, 035, and the same gas. So we got one gas to do the root all the way to the cap. So David, now that we got the Pipeworx programmed over here, we have the remote interface mounted to the Jimmy Jammer, which is a very nice feature. You remember we programmed RMD in the program 1, so I'm going to load that up. We got our wire feed speed and our arc length set like we like it. Simply hit on, hit start, and you're ready to go.
Can you describe the basic setup for welding the root pass in using the Pipeworx with the Jimmy Jammer system for us?
Putting the fill and cap, very easy. You put it up here on top and anybody can do that. But putting the root is a little different. Travel speed and torch angle has everything to do with it. And I like to position my torch at about 2 o'clock to 2:30. All right, so what that does, if I position this torch up here at 1 o'clock or even 12, it's going to give me a heavy reinforcement on the backside, and chances of doing it, automating it like this, not very likely. It's just going to burn through. The lower you put the gun on the pipe, the easier it is to get your travel speed right and get you nice reinforcement on the backside of the weld. So I always tell guys, here's 12 o'clock, here's 3 o'clock, here's 1 o'clock, and here's 2 o'clock. I like to be close to 2 o'clock. Right now I'm about 1:30, closer to 2, okay? So I like to position the torch angle here, 90 degrees, and then drop it down about 10 degrees, okay? And once you do that, it's a lot easier to dial in the speed. If you need more reinforcement on the backside, giving you a heavier bead on the back, simply move the torch up just a little bit. Just keep in mind when you do that, then your travel speed becomes really critical. But welders that use this system every day, it's second nature to them. They know what they're doing, they can dial it in. If you position the torch angle right, the travel speed becomes a lot easier to set, a lot more success.
Is it necessary to weed the torch to put in the root pass?
It's not necessary with the RMD process. We typically say that just put the gun in there and roll with it. This particular pipe had a poor fit up. There were some wide gaps, so I chose just to put a little bit of weave. Just makes it easier, more forgiving, when you're rolling out the pipe.
When you order a Jimmy Jammer system, you can order it for different sizes that you may need. If you're doing small diameter pipe, you can order a small manipulator from a 4-foot unit with a 1,250 pound positioner. You're welding 72-inch pipe. You can order a larger manipulator, a 6-foot, 8-foot, 10-foot, whatever you like. Put it in with the Jimmy Jammer system, matched up with the positioner and sets of turning rolls. They all interconnect. It's all designed plug and play.